Welcome to our Exploring New Oklahoma State Courses and Pathway webinar. My name is Leanne Grant, and we're going to go ahead and get started today. The very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a link to the slides in the chat. There are a lot of links in this presentation that if you want to be able to explore, then you can do that as I'm going or even later on as after the webinar is completed. All right, so like I said, my name is Leanne Grant and I'm a PD specialist here at CodeHS, and I'm very happy to have you here with me today. I've been a PD specialist at CodeHS for a year and a half. Before that, I taught computer science at the middle school and the high school level for 10 years. And I absolutely love what I do, and I love doing these webinars. I love giving teachers a new insight about new courses and new things that we have coming out that are state focused. Amazing. So what we're going to really focus on today is just a very little bit of what is CodeHS, and then we're going to talk about the new Oklahoma pathway and the Oklahoma courses that we have out as well. And I just had another person join, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop the link to the slides, and you can follow along as we go. So this next slide is Q&A. I'm not going to worry about Q&A today. If you have any questions along the way, go ahead and put them in the chat. I have opened up the chat for you, and you can ask questions, you can comment, you can do whatever you want in the chat there. If you do not have a CodeHS account, then I would love for you to go to codehs.com/sign up and sign up for a free account. All of our accounts are free for teachers. All of our curriculum is free. The only thing I do ask is that you do sign up, if you haven't signed up already, you do sign up using a teacher email, like a school email, because we do automatically verify all teachers, and that would be way much easier to be able to have that done if it's a school email. All right, if you are part of CodeHS, have an account already, I would also love for you to sign in if possible. I'll give you about a minute to do that while I explain why. Otherwise, you can continue to sign up. If you would like to receive a certificate of completion for today's webinar, then you will have to be signed in to be able to click this link. And when you click on this link, I'm going to actually show you what it looks like when I click here. I will click on it here, and it will pop up and say, thank you for letting us know you attended this event. That's all you have to do. Close out the window. But like I said, you do have to be signed into your CodeHS account, and you will receive an email with a link to your certificate of completion then at that time. I'll drop this again at the end of the webinar if you're interested, and so you have time to continue. So if you're not familiar with what CodeHS is, we are a comprehensive platform for teaching computer science. We have elementary, middle school, and high school curriculum in computer science and AI and cybersecurity and digital citizenship and a lot of different things. We have both online and offline professional development. Obviously, you're here today with us via Zoom for our free webinar. And then we also have a full software platform of teacher tools and resources and everything that are available to you as a teacher. As part of our comprehensive software platform, we have instant feedback and submission systems, grading and tracking tools, and we are all web-based. So no additional downloads or plugins are needed, including our elementary, where we have Scratch and Scratch Junior embedded into our curriculum. All right, so before we get started, I wanted to ask you guys, did you know, and I don't know why this is up here, ignore that here, I'm gonna take that link off. Did you know that Oklahoma has produced more astronauts than any other state? And did you also know that Oklahoma has more tornadoes per square mile than any other place in the world? Well, now Oklahoma, I think, is trying to have the most CodeHS courses as well. So we have 7 new state-based Oklahoma courses that we have developed that are live on the platform. And so the reason we have done this is that Oklahoma now has new standards that were implemented this school year, the 2024-2025 school year, where all Oklahoma elementary and middle schools are required to offer some form of computer science instruction whether it's a standalone course or integrated into core content. And also, all high schools are required to offer at least one standalone computer science course. So we have created some things that will help you fulfill those requirements. So the very first thing I want to talk to you about is our pathway. And so what you can do is you can find the pathway on this link. I'm going to drop it here to you as well. When I click on this link, it's going to take me to the Oklahoma State page. So each of our states has a different page, and you can view the Oklahoma computer science courses. They're all here. We're going to talk about those in a second. You can go directly to the course catalog. I'm going to show you how to get to the course catalog if you don't have to click through this as well. Gives a little bit of information about computer science stats in Oklahoma. And this is where I wanted to show you first. So this is our vertically aligned K through 12 computer science pathway. So CodeHS pathways are 100% aligned to Oklahoma computer science standards, and they can be customized based on district needs. So Oklahoma does not have a required pathway. So the pathway that we have for Oklahoma is our suggested pathway. So I'm going to go back to the slide so I can show you that. If you were to click through onto that page, you're going to see this. You're going to see that we have a suggested pathway for Oklahoma for K through 5. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and, you know what, I'll just click through that because it'll be easier to do this. So you can see that there are click 5. Now I can click on every single one of these and I can be directed to that page as well. And when I do that, it talks about what's included in that specific grade level course. Okay, so we have all of the Oklahoma elementary. And then for middle school, we have our mix and match course, which is optional for 6th grade. But then we also have the Oklahoma Computer Science 6 and 7 and our Oklahoma Exploring Computer Science for 8th grade. These two courses we're going to talk about here in a second. So that would be the suggested pathway for 6th through 8th. And then we have our suggested pathway for high school. We're going to talk about these specific courses here in just a second, in addition to a couple more as well. So we have Oklahoma Computer Science 1, Oklahoma Computer Science 2, the Oklahoma Advanced Programming, and then we throw in an AP course, which is generally taken in your junior or senior year anyway, if your school wanted to follow that specific pathway. Okay, so you have that link there. I am going to talk about the frameworks here in just a little bit. I know when you're on the state page, it shows that there's frameworks at the bottom as well. And we're going to come back to this here in just a second. But that is what else is on the Oklahoma page, as you can see. Okay. So in addition to the pathways, what I really want to focus on today is the courses. So we have Oklahoma courses, like I said, for K through 5. The elementary courses are fully aligned to all computer science standards for each grade level and include integrated coding lessons that can be used to teach and reinforce course subject topics. So if I was to go back into this here, let me go back to the pathways. And I'm just going to click on 3rd grade. Just for example, I want to show you that the 3rd grade course, there's 43 lessons in this course. This are an overview of the lessons here that would be available. Now, you may say, I am logged into CodeHS and I have an account, but I can't see these. Okay, so our K through 5 platform is a little bit different. And so you, as a 6th through 8th grade teacher or a 9th through 12th grade teacher, you do not have access to the courses in the K through 5. It is a separate platform. At the end, I can show you how you can get more information on that at the end of the webinar. But as you can see, you have a little bit of an overview of each of the courses of what each one would consist of. Now, and you can see digital literacy is in this one specifically. If I was to go to kindergarten, for example, we have our unplugged exploration, and you can see that we're using Scratch Junior. All of these lessons are completely computer science based. They are not integrated, or they're not some of our other courses that we have for our general courses for elementary that are different subject based, like this would be good for ELA. These are computer science based, so they honestly can be integrated into any classroom whatsoever, not specific grades or not class subjects. That's what I meant, sorry. But also gives you a little bit of a breakdown here of what it would look like in a course and what they're looking for. Okay. All right, moving on from our elementary. So we have two courses that are specific to Oklahoma Middle School. We have the Oklahoma Computer Science 6 through 7 and the Oklahoma Exploring Computer Science for 8th grade. So the Oklahoma Computer Science 6th or 7th is an introductory course for middle school students. There's no prerequisites whatsoever. It's 100% aligned to the Oklahoma 6 through 8 standards, and it equips students with the basics of programming, internet literacy, responsible digital citizenship, and it also has to navigate, analyze, and solve problems in the tech world. Okay, so if you wanted to click through that one, I'm going to go ahead and click through here. But it's also on that same page here. You could click through here. You're going to get to the exact same place. And I am in Spanish for some reason. So this is a Spanish version. Let me go into my account settings and change so I am not in Spanish. I did a Spanish webinar the other day, and I needed to switch into Spanish to show that. So let me show you again in English. So in Oklahoma Computer Science 6 or 7, so it talks about what is in the course. It gives you a little bit of a course overview. So they're going to start talking about programming with turtle graphics, exploring computing. There is a project in here, exploring the internet, exploring digital citizenship, and exploring data spreadsheets. Okay, so would be in the 6 or 7 course. Now it says 100 contact hours here. It doesn't break it down. If you go to the syllabus specifically, it does break it down so you can see what each module covers. So the programming with turtle graphics is about 30 hours. And then we have exploring computing is about 15 hours. So you can look at the different modules and what there are included in there. And that is all available on our website there, or clicking through the link in the spreadsheet. So then the other one we have is our Exploring Oklahoma Computer Science for 8th grade. So this is, I'm going to click into this, and you're going to say, okay, why is it the same? So are you going to get through 100% of content with 100 hours worth of content in 6th or 7th grade? No, you're not going to. So what we've done is we've created a course. The 8th grade course is similar exactly to the 6th and 7th grade course. Why? Okay, so the reason is that most Oklahoma schools will choose one course from 6th through 8th grade and offer it at one time. If by chance a school will offer it consecutively, that's where you don't get through 100% of that 100 hours worth of content that I showed you. So it says there's 100 contact hours. Chances are you're not going to get through that. So even if you did not finish it in the 6th or 7th and 8th grade, and you have it and you're offering it again in 8th grade, you can just continue on with the work from where it stopped at the 6th or 7th grade level. Okay. And they are both obviously aligned to the 6 through 8. But it was a lot easier to do it this way because there is that one course requirement in Oklahoma. They can either choose the 6 or 7, or they can choose the 8th grade one. Okay. If you guys have any questions at any time, go ahead and put information in the chat. All right, I'm going to get out of here. All right, so that's our middle school. So now let's move on to our high school. So for high school, we have 5 Oklahoma courses available. The very first one is our Oklahoma Computer Science 1. It's 125 hours and it's about a 1 year course. So it isn't all of our courses for this are full 1 year courses. And if you're on block scheduling, then it would be a semester course. But it is an introductory course. There's no prerequisites. It's aligned. It's an Oklahoma level 1 aligned course that unravels the digital world and from hardware and software to network and security, and it has a complete picture of the technology that we use daily. Okay, so if I was to click into this course as well, yeah, obviously there's a lot of different places you can get to this. You can see that what it covers is a lot of cybersecurity. So when I say that it has hardware and software, yes, this is basically a very basic cybersecurity course that is covered in Computer Science 1. There is not any programming in Oklahoma Computer Science 1, but it is not required to have programming as a computer science course for Oklahoma either. So that is the first option. And you can obviously look through here and you can look through the syllabus as well. Our second course we have is Computer Science, Oklahoma Computer Science 2. So this is an introductory course as well. CS2 covers different standards than the CS1 course, but it does not build on them. So the CS1 course is not a prerequisite for this, okay? So you can take 1 or 2, or you can take 1 and 2. It does not matter in which order. So this is again a level 1 aligned course, and it equips students with the core computer science concepts and JavaScript programming. So this is where we get into our programming. And you're building your programming school skills for college level readiness actually in this one. So if I click into Computer Science 2, you can see if I scroll down, we're going to be doing JavaScript with programming with Carol and continuing on all the way through a module called Computer Science Careers at the very end. Okay, it is a 1 year course, about 110 hours for this one. Again, could be a semester course if you're doing block, but it's equivalent to a semester course, a college and introductory in computer science. Okay. All right, our next one, Oklahoma Advanced Programming. So this is again an introductory course. It doesn't have a prerequisite, but is more appropriate for students who intend to specialize in computer science careers or go into higher education pathways in computer science. Okay, so this is an Oklahoma level 2 aligned course, which gives students to solve real world problems through Python coding, and it delves into the internet tech and data and science and AI. So let's take a look at the advanced programming. Like I said, the difference between the three are no prerequisites, but different pathways or different ideas. Cybersecurity is the computer science 1, then our computer science 2 is a JavaScript, and then this one is for those who are really probably focusing on and really going into computer science after school. So again, you can take all 3 of them in succession, perfectly fine, because there is no overlapping content. This one starts with programming with Python, goes into control structures and does all of the Python information and programming. And then we get into some digital information and internet and computing systems. We go into some data science for business, AI and gaming, and then software development. So this one is a very, very cool course. Absolutely. I love the variety of the topics that are in this specific course. All right, then we're going to get into our other 2 courses that are specific for Oklahoma. Now, these are not specific to the pathway, okay? But you can still take them. There are other options that you can take that are outside of the pathway. So you still have a different option. The other option would be Oklahoma Web Design. So this is an introductory course for high school students. There's no prerequisite. It's a project-based course, and it allows students to build, and they're going to really showcase their own professional mobile-friendly websites. They use HTML, they use CSS, and it has a portfolio approach to the course. And so when I click on this here, you can see that they are getting started again. It's 140 hours, 1 year. They get started with what is the web, basics in HTML and CSS. Then they create a project in creating their own homepage, get into some advanced, another project, get into Bootstrap. My students loved Bootstrap when I taught it in school. And then designing UIs. So we're talking about user interfaces, and then there is a final project at the very end. Okay. All right. Clicking out of that one. So our last option, Oklahoma cybersecurity. So this is also a duplicate of, oops, sorry. I don't know what happened there. I have an Apple mouse and it's a little touchy. So this is also a duplicate of our Computer Science 1 course. Okay, why do we do that? Some schools are going to require we actually have to offer Computer Science 1 or Oklahoma Computer Science 2 according to standards, okay? Well, other ones might have more leniency and be like, no, I want to teach Oklahoma cybersecurity. So you would not have students take Oklahoma Computer Science 1 and Oklahoma cybersecurity, exact same content, in two different courses, just two different names, depending on what the school would like to offer. Okay. And that also fits with the standards then specifically for Oklahoma. And that's why we did that. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about those 5 courses? I'm not going to preview that one because we already did the other one. All right. So we have something here called our standards framework tool that I want to show you. And it maps all of the standards from Oklahoma to our courses. And it offers aligned and engaging curriculum for our K through 12. So as you can see, for Oklahoma 6th, 7th, and 8th, the courses that we have are 100% aligned. And Oklahoma Level 1 and Oklahoma Level 2, we have 100% aligned with multi-courses available, okay? So I'm going to drop a couple links to you, first of all. I'm going to drop this link here. This is our standards framework page. So this is how you would get to that. So if I click on that link, if you go to the state and click on Oklahoma, you can see all the different Oklahoma standards, okay? And you can see the number of standards that we have. So I'm going to click on Oklahoma Level 1 just to give you an idea. There's 28 standards in Oklahoma Level 1. If I click onto this and I choose a course to map to, I'm going to try Oklahoma, this here, this is in my dropdown. We are 100% mapped. What it actually does is it will go through and give you which standard it is, and then which lesson within the course completes that standard. Okay, so it does that in every single one, and it doesn't matter which one you choose. So if I was to go back to a different course, let's just say I choose, I'm 6th through 8th grade. All right, and I'm going to choose the Oklahoma 6th or 7th or 8th. It's going to give me the option of either course. This is what satisfies that standard. Okay. Now, all of our, like I said, all of our K through 5 are the same. So I'm going to show you that as well. It looks a little bit different, but you have to have access to this. But I did want to show you that if I go to the 3rd grade here, and I select 3rd grade computer science, it's actually supposed to be 100, but I don't have Oklahoma in here. Let's see. I have to scroll. Let's type it in, Oklahoma. Did I do 3rd grade? Yes. Okay, when I do that, then it is 100% mapped. And again, it will show the standard and then what specific lesson in that grade level for K through 5 matches that specific standard. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? So in Oklahoma, it's not a requirement to reach 100% of the standards. So students can choose to take Oklahoma cybersecurity or web design. Also, and the course is aligned to a mixture of level 1 and level 2 standards, with the majority of them in level 1. If you think about that, remember I told you we had multiple courses that were available for that level 2 standard. And like I said, you might find that duplicated and redundant information, but the sixth and seventh and the 8th grade can be in succession continuing. The only one you would not want to repeat is that that Oklahoma computer science 1 and the Oklahoma cybersecurity. Okay. What questions can I answer on the new courses that we have available, our standards framework, or the pathways that we have? Go ahead and feel free to put that in the chat. If you did miss the slideshow, I will drop that really quick so you have all these. Whoop, that is not what I wanted to drop. I almost put the framework back in there again. I'm gonna put this in there. Sorry, my dog thinks she's a watchdog right now. All right, so let's move on then, if I don't have any questions. So one of the things I want to show you is how to get help in the platform with our navigation. Oh, I told you I was going to show you how to get to the catalog, course catalog. So our course catalog lives under curriculum over on the left-hand side under our navigation. And if you go to course catalog, you can then select by state. And if I click on Oklahoma, then all of those state courses are there as well. And this is 6 through 12 because this is our 6 through 12 platform. But again, if you're interested in K through 5, just give me 1 second and I will show you how to get more information on that. Right? All right. So otherwise, if you want to get help in the platform, at the very bottom here, we have a support section. You can go to our support center or look in our knowledge base. And then we also have that dot on the lower right hand side that opens up our chat for our support team at any time that you want to talk to them as well. Well, if you guys don't have any questions, I will give you a couple more links. So this first link is a webinar survey. Just let me know what you thought about today's webinar. And I will keep going from there. If you came in late and you need your certificate of completion or you were not signed in yet, go ahead and click on that link there. Remember, you do have to be signed into your CodeHS account for it to work, and it will send you an email with the link to your certificate of completion. Do want to let you know about a couple other upcoming back to school webinars that we have. So we have next week using AI to curate educational content for high school and middle school teachers. We have a couple more state courses webinars, and then we have an APCSA and an APCSP course checklist. We did run those earlier in the year, but we're doing it again for those that we might have missed or could not attend the first one and may want to attend free and in person to be able to ask questions. Speaking of AP, if you do teach AP, we have an APCSA educator meetup. It's kind of like a PLC that we're going to be starting. Our first one is on Tuesday, October 22nd at 6 p.m. Central Time. And at the meetup, they're going to discuss pacing and learning strategies and share exam tips. And you're going to be able to network with fellow APCSA teachers. And you can RSVP at the link that I just dropped to you or on the slides that you will receive or the link that I gave you anyway. Lastly, another very cool thing we have is that we are doing another road trip. So back in 2012, when the company first started, our 2 founders did a road trip all the way across the United States, going school to school to school and spreading the word for computer science. And we are doing another one. And so we are doing a coast to coast trip. And this is our van. And yes, it is pink. It is wrapped pink. It's amazing. And CodeHS is visiting all these classrooms. So if you would like to request a visit, all you have to do is go to codehs.com/road trip. and you can request a visit there, or you can use the QR code, and that will be available on the slides as well. So I told you that if you are interested in kindergarten through 5 information, if you are interested in bringing any of that to your school or district, the way that you would get that information is through this link here. So you're going to go to codehs.com/learn more, and they will be able to give you more information about bringing the elementary to your school or district. One more chance for any questions. I can stay on here just for a little bit if anybody has any questions. But other than that, I would love to say thank you for joining me today. I hope I gave you the information that you were expecting about our new courses and pathways for Oklahoma, our 7 new courses, which is outstanding. And I also want to thank you for everything that you do for our students on a daily basis. So thank you again for attending, and I will see you at our next webinar.